Hey guys, how you doing today? I need to repot my Philodendron Burl Marx. You can see she's super crooked and this is growing all wonky. What happened was a few days ago we had a really high wind and it blew her over. I went out the next morning and she was laying completely down. I mean, completely down. And I thought, oh my God, she snapped. But as far as I know, she didn't. I've checked everywhere. She's got all kinds of new little growths coming out. See, all right over in here, and there, and up there. She's going absolutely crazy. This was like one cutting or two cuttings. I think it was two cuttings that I bought last year or maybe possibly the year before. And she sat and she wouldn't do nothing. And then finally, this winter, she took off. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to have to put her in a bigger pot or I'm hoping I can get her back in this pot. But I want to straighten her up. You can see whoever potted her, hint, hint, me, potted her crooked, for one. But I'm thinking about, I may cut one of these off and then because I don't know, it's wonky. It's really wonky. But I want to unpot her first and then go from there. So let's do that. Okay. Now, I am going to try really, really hard to dump this plant out on this tray. But I do not know how this is going to work. I'm probably going to mess. But I know she needs probably new soil. Put my tag over to the side because I think that's how I end up losing my tags. I dump them out, they get shoved down, I dump them out into the soil and then it gets thrown away. Just trying to loosen up a little bit so hopefully she dumps out a little better. And I think I'm just going to maybe tip her this way. Hopefully, give her a little push down here from the bottom. I'm not feeling any roots. And I watered her a couple of days ago, so she is coming out really nicely. Oh, brother. Yeah, I don't know. I may have to put her, I may have to put her in a bigger pot. I want to smell my soil. The soil smells pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to take everything off. I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit. Yeah, she's got some crazy roots going on here. And I don't know if I don't know if I should put her back into that same pot or I do have a little bit bigger pot, I think. But I think I'm going to just put her back into the same pot. But I think I'm going to get her back in and then, because I want to bury her just a little bit deeper than what she was and then stake her up. But I think I want to I've taken a couple cuttings off of this plant but I think I want to take some more. It's just such a wonky, so you can see right there where I have taken a cutting off of her. And I don't know, maybe I don't know what to do with her. She's crazy. She's crazy. It's really weird how her stems grow out too. And she's got all kinds of new growth coming out. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put her back into that pot. Give her some fresh soil, and then she should be good. I'm going to go wash this pot out, and we'll get her potted up. Okay, I got my pot all washed out, and I got her. Oh, my roots is under the tray. Just what I thought. I put too much soil in here. Because I want to try to put her a little bit deeper. And then probably next year I'll put her into an even bigger pot. I want to try to get her centered. I'm getting rid of this stake. Okay, that looks better. Like that. Okay, now I think I have her where I want her. I'm just going to start filling in. I wanted to put her a little deeper. I probably should just go ahead and put her in a bigger pot, huh? Good Lord. I'll be doing this all over again before I know it. But I'd like to try to take... See, that's still not centered because I can't get that big root ball off of there. So I'm going to let go of that piece. And then let me move my camera up a little bit. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what piece I want to cut. And it looks like if I cut this piece off, this piece right here, if I cut that off, and then I can put it down into the soil, and it's got some nice air roots on it already. I'm trying to untangle my leaves because I like to leave the long piece on. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. But for right now, I'm going to put, let's see, this is my longest stake. I'm going to set her, I'm going to put this down in. There, that should be perfect for that one. That'll hold it up. And I'm going to go ahead and tie her off. I thought I had my green Velcro tape in here, but I don't. So I'm just going to use my twine. Get her tied up like, oh, get that piece tied up. There, I can tie that other piece up later, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this section off right here. I'm going to cut it off right down here. There. And she's still tangled up. She is like very tangled. Her leaves, I can't tell which leaf is going. Oh, I see the issue. That one is. There we go. Well, maybe. That one's tangled up. Jeez. So there's a big piece that I cut off of her. I'm just going to lay that to the side for right now. I'll pack some more soil in around here. Now, I need to hold and stake up this here piece. I think I'm going to put her just about like that. I'm going to clean off some of these dry sheathing. And then I'll put the stake right here, and then get her tied up. See, she's looking better already. That piece needed to come off. It was super wonky, and she just didn't look right. Just didn't look right to me. I mean, I know plants will grow however they want to, but geez, I had a freaking spider crawling on my arm. A little house spider, or garden spider actually. Probably come off this plant. Because we have a lot of spiders outside. Now I'm going to do this top. I'm just going to kind of put her, oh, I'm going to kind of put her right there. She's got all kinds of air roots coming out. And some new growth. So, okay, there. Now, uh-oh, it looks like I broke that leaf. Or it, well, that might have happened from the wind. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off because it is broke. And there's not going to be no repairing it. She's got enough leaves that that's an older leaf anyhow. It's on the bottom. Matter of fact, I'm going to cut this off because I want, whoops, I want the plant to, so cutting off some of these older bottom leaves. I'm going to cut this one off. There, that looks much, much better. I might just tie those, I might just tie these up. Now I want to get some more soil down in here, and I'm just kind of packing her in, getting her stable in her pot, and then I'm going to put the cutting right down in here in the pot instead of rooting it out, because she's got a nice node right here with air roots already coming out of it. So, and actually if I take this leaf off, if I cut this stem off with that leaf, I can push her down in the soil all the way down there, and then that way she's got 2 chances to root out here and here where there's already air roots coming out. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I know a lot of you are cringing, but I've done this before and it will work, because then I can put her in right about here and I can shove her all the way down. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to water her in. I'm going to move my camera again. Okay, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to water her in. Give her a nice big drink. Get that soil settled in. And wait till I see some water coming out of the bottom. Alright, get her packed down in. I think I'm going to set my cutting right about in here. Let's see here where I want to put her. I think right there would look pretty nice. Let me get my rooting hormone. And then I'm just going to dip her down in the rooting hormone. And I'm going to make a hole down there where I want to stick her in. So I want it about as deep as my blade, because I want those air roots to turn into soil roots, and then she's got more down here. So I'm going to put her in about right here. I'm going to make it deep down to my blade, and then I'm just going to put her down in there. This plant roots really easy like this, because I've done it before, and just put it right in the soil, and you just keep that part of the cutting moist, because I can go right in here and just water this. I don't have to water the whole plant. So, or you can put it in soil and you can wait for her to root up and then put her in your pot. But I'm going to put, wish I had a smaller stake, and I don't, because I'm just going to put this in here to hold her up. I'm just going to kind of wiggle it in, get around these new growths here. There we go. And then I'll tie her up on the bottom here. That'll hold her up nicely. I hope you guys can't hear my fan running really good, but I had to turn it back on because I am so hot in here. I have no air conditioning in my plant room, so I'm going to pull this sheathing off. There, I think she looks much better, and she will be much more secure. I think I'm going to tie this piece to that stake. Because when I went out and seen her flopping around in the wind, I thought, oh no, she's going to break. And all I could do was pick her up and set her down on my porch where the wind isn't so heavy. And that was what I did. Now today, she's getting repotted and getting more stable. Geez, I'm gonna have to sharpen my clippers. But I think she looks much better. She's a lot more full, and she's much more fuller, and that wonky growth was driving me crazy. Now I'll go in and I'm just gonna I'm gonna spray her down. Whoop. My dog's in here. I'm going to see, that's a new leaf. But I'm just going to spray her down with my neem oil, which I have right here, because I won't, at this point, I'm not going to take her back outside on my front porch. I will just leave her in here in my plant room. And I don't want to keep dragging stuff in and out. I'm trying to bring in, like, I brought my begonia in, if you guys can see her over there. My big lucerne. I brought her in. Well, I got her all cleaned up because she was getting whipped around in the wind. And I didn't want her whipping around in the wind. I'm going to keep doing this while I'm talking. So, I staked her up again. And then I cleaned her up, gave her some fresh soil, and got her in the house before the storm got really bad. So, I just decided to go ahead and leave her in because I don't want to keep bringing my plants in and out, in and out. And if I can bring in a little bit at a time in my plant room and in the living room, then it's just all the more I've got done. So I'm just going to turn her. I'm going to get the back sides of the leaves. Getting the stems and everything as good as I can. This spray bottle sucks. It's leaking. Every time I squirt it, it's coming out of the... It comes out of the cap right here. My hand, it's running down my arms. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'll let her dry. Then I'm going to dump some of the neem oil into my soil. That way it works as kind of a systemic. And then I'll probably put a little more soil on top, but I'll let this dry. And I'm going to get my spray bottle off the front porch, because that one works good and this one just isn't. So I'll let her dry and then I will spray her down again. But I think she looks much better. And that new cutting will take off like crazy. And like I said, I'll keep that area moist, and then I can just water right in where I put my cutting in and not have to drench the whole plant. So it works out well. I like soil propagation. I mean, I like water propagation, but I like soil propagation too, especially when you're making a plant fuller, because it's just, it's so much easier to not have a bunch of extra plants laying around, you know what I mean? So that way she's in here, she can grow her roots and do her thing, and she's good to go. So there we go, guys. My Philodendron Burl Marx. I think she looks much better, and I will find her a spot in my plant room now or somewhere. Alright, I am going to let you guys go. I will talk at you later. And she's got all these new growths coming out, and she'll fill out nicely. So I think it looks much better like this. I'm glad I did it. So, alright guys, you have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Peace.